Hello and welcome to Crumbs to Gourmet. You're with me, Joel. Today I'm going to show you a classic American dish called mac and cheese. This dish can be done with seasonal vegetables, with macaroni, cheese, and has loads of flavor. You want to know my simple recipe? Keep watching. Today's dish, macaroni and cheese, serves 2 people as a main course or 3 people as sides. Just ensure that when you're boiling the macaroni and following the packet instructions, boil it only 3/4 of the way, because the other 1/4 you will be baking it in the oven. So what we require are about 1 cup of macaroni, which is boiled in salted water. I have 1.5 cup milk. I've got 2 tablespoons of butter. I've got 1/4 cup of broccoli, 1/4 cup of green peppers, and 1/2 cup of spring onions, about a teaspoon of salt. I've got about a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I've got some garnishing, which is rosemary and oregano, which are fresh, and 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. I've got 1/4 cup of carrots, which are finely diced. I've got chili flakes to infuse the cheese sauce to make it a little bit more spicy. I've got black pepper powder for the cheese sauce again, and I'm using pecorino cheese, about 1/2 cup. You can use any hard cheese like processed, cheddar, or anything of that sort. Now that I've told you all the ingredients that go into making the macaroni and cheese, what we're going to do is stir fry the vegetables, which will take us about 1 or 2 minutes on high fire. And once that is done, we'll quickly move on to making the cheese sauce. And once the cheese sauce is ready, we'll bring all of this together to make our very own macaroni and cheese. So let's go. I'm putting about a tablespoon of oil, not too much. And as soon as the oil starts heating up, or when you can see the smoke rising, throw in the onions. And give this a toss like this. So we're looking at each element for about 20 to 25 seconds. Now, what I like specifically is that the blackish smoky color that comes on the spring onion. That gives it a nice smoky flavor. So that's heated through. I'll put in my diced carrots now and give this a toss like this. There you go. Okay, so our vegetables are nice and firm. I can see them, getting translucent. I'll put in my broccoli next. Again, toss, toss, toss. So again, I just don't want to cook the broccoli too much. I just want to get then all the flavors combine with each other. Once the oil coats the broccoli, and after 20 seconds on high flame again, you can add your bell pepper. I'm just going to add a little salt here. Okay, just going to add some pepper over here now. Lovely. And now I think everything is looking nice and smoky and nearly there. I'll just turn off the flame and we'll get on making our cheese sauce. Put in our saucepan. We'll add the butter. Try to have the pan cold as possible and then work the heat up, because the idea is to keep the sauce as white as possible. So once the butter starts bubbling like that, you can go ahead and add the flour. Now remember, flour and butter is of equal proportion, and what I mean by that is the butter might be 30 grams, but 2 tablespoons of flour may not be 30 grams. So you ideally would have to kind of weigh it out. So once you start getting that nutty kind of flavor, your flour is cooked and the butter is kind of ready. So you can kind of start adding your milk. We can add in some more milk. If you're adding the milk, you can keep on stirring it on one side. See how nice and smooth the batter is? This is called the roux. And as you add more milk, this roux becomes more and more liquid and it turns into a sauce. So I'm just going to add in all the milk right now. So that all the lumps get nice and dissolved. Beautiful. Our cheese sauce is nearly there. You could add cloves, you can add elaichi, cardamom, you can add chili flakes, oregano. Make it more interesting for your kids or for your family or for your friends. So now that your mixture is become nice and thick, just add in a little salt, pepper, and our secret ingredient, chili flakes. Give that a good stir and just let it be. And now let's go ahead and assemble our macaroni and cheese. Alright, so my vegetables are stir fried, my cheese sauce is ready, my macaroni is boiled 3/4 of the way, my garnishes is all waiting to go. All we have to do is start assembling it. So let's begin. I'll first take my macaroni and layer it first. Alright, so just want to flatten it out a bit into the corners. After which we'll put our cheese sauce. After the cheese sauce is done, we'll take a little bit of our vegetables and just drizzle it on top. You can take a little bit of the pecorino cheese. I'm just going to crumble it over there. Now I'll just add the next layer of the macaroni. There you go. Spread that out a bit. So I'm using a slotted spoon so that we have an even spread across the dish. Then I'm going to top it with the cheese. So as you see, I've done a fine shred of the cheese so that it doesn't add to the calories, but it adds to the flavor. As I said, it's bang on with flavor. After which, I'll put in a little pepper. And then our secret ingredient, a little cayenne pepper. Now I'm just going to garnish it with rosemary to give it that authentic American flavor. And this will go into a preheated oven at about 200 degrees Celsius for about 15 to 20 minutes, or until you see the cheese on top boiling and become a nice dark brown color. A traditional dish, mac and cheese, has been transformed only at this kitchen. Go ahead, people, try this dish out. Make this dish, let me know what you think about it. If you have any feedback, views, send it. And one more thing, subscribe to India Food Network, share it with your friends, tell them all about what's happening over here. They will love you for it.